Good morning. Here are the list of 7 things that I would have given anything in this world to know when I was younger than I am right now. Number 1, and in my opinion the most important of all, is not only is there no perfect time to start a particular thing, whatever it is that you're procrastinating towards, it's actually better for you to start when it is the worst possible timing. Because think about it, how many opportunities have you lost just because you were scared of the most uncomfortable and the most difficult aspect of starting a new thing? That is the process of starting it. Think about it. What if you did it afraid? What if you did it uncomfortable? What if you did it while being nervous? What if you just asked that girl out? What if you just started that YouTube channel and started posting videos? What if you just started that business? What if you just went for that interview? What if you just dropped out of college? What if you did all of those things and you did those things at the worst possible case scenario? Everything was against you. You're now already you're going to manage. You're going to be fine. It's going to be hard for you. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be you're going to be under pressure. It's going to be very, very difficult for you, but it's going to pass eventually, right? And when it does, you've already passed the most difficult phase of that entire journey. So now all that's left is just, it's going to be comfortable. It's going to be easier down the road. So when you start something at the worst possible timing, you're already preparing yourself for the hardest times that is going to come, which is going to ensure that you're going to be one surviving in your entire competition, because everybody else is going to start when the timing is perfect, when they've done a course on YouTube learning how to make a YouTube channel, when they've done a course on making thumbnails, when they've done everything, and then they start, right after they've done all the preparation, and then they're going to start a YouTube channel. Versus when you just start posting videos, you're going to have so much more success than this guy, because this guy may have some initial success, but in the long term you're going to be the one to survive, because you did it when it was the hardest for you, and this guy did it when it was the easiest for him, when there was the least amount of friction. You did it with the most friction possible. So you're not only learning how to do it scared, how to do it afraid, how to do it unprepared, you're also giving yourself more time than the rest of the competition is gonna have, because they're not gonna do it afraid. They're not gonna do it at the worst possible time. They're gonna wait for the best possible timing, and then they're gonna start, which gives you a head start in most case scenarios. So if I could just go back in time and just slap my younger self and tell him that just stop waiting, this would be the one thing that I'll tell him. Number 2 is doing it right now is always going to be infinitely better than doing it later on. Here's what I mean. You're procrastinating your school homework. Let's just take like a silly example, right? Go back to your school days, or if you're in school, just perfect. You're procrastinating doing your school homework, right? It's summer vacations and you're procrastinating. You're waiting till the last week like you usually do. What if you just did it right now? What if you just put an alarm on your phone? What if you just put a timer on your phone for 20 hours and you completed the entirety of your summer vacation homework in less than a day? Imagine the load that has just shifted off of your shoulders. Nobody thinks like that. Just imagine this, right? You're actually gifting your future self. And most people don't realize this. You're actually going to become that future self. So you want to keep that person happy, because you're going to become that person. As a result, you're making yourself in the future happy, right? Think of this like this. Think of it like this. Think of making yourself happier in the future. That is what basically you're doing. Whatever you want to do right now, instead of the thing that is going to be the most beneficial for you, you can do it later on. You want to watch Pirates of the Caribbean all 5 parts like I did while I was studying for my 10 board exams. Guess what? I watched it after my 10 board exams were over. and I felt better because I delayed gratification, because I held off for so long. It felt infinitely much better. Here's exactly what I did. While I'm like addicted to cinema. Like I love watching movies and stuff. So while I was in my 10th preparing for my board exams, I felt cravings for watching these particular movies. And what I did was, every single time I would feel like watching a particular movie, I would just make a list. So I would just WhatsApp myself the name of those movies. And by the end of this entire session, I was like, I had created an entire list of movies that I wanted to watch. And by the time my 10th board exams were over, I was finally free. I had like unlimited time, and I finally had the time and the freedom to watch those movies now. But I would be able to watch them guilt free, because I've basically earned them right now. The gift that I gave my future self is well earned by my future self. So not only did I watch all those movies, I actually enjoyed them exceptionally better than I would if I just felt like watching a video and just went and watched it. Delaying gratification makes you enjoy the little things in life that you usually never even notice. Very important, bro. Number 3 is, whatever task it is that you're dreading, it's always going to appear bigger than it actually is. And here's what I mean. If you're not consistent at the gym, you know that going to the gym is like a big task for you. Your brain just lays out all the steps that you have to follow in order to reach the gym, and it just feels like a mammoth task, like a big ass task that you cannot complete, right? You have to get your shoes, you have to change into gym clothes, you have to make your bag for the gym, you have to fill up your water bottle, you have to make a protein shake. There's so much stuff, and then you have to drive your car to the gym, and then you have to work out, and then you have to come back all tired and sore, and then you have to make your protein shake and drink that. It's a long process that your brain just lays out in front of you. But it's actually not that unpleasant as your brain makes it so, and you know that. But just because your brain makes it appear so, you just go with it. You're like, yeah, it's a big task. But once you once you break it down into smaller pieces, like one step at a time, once you be like, fine, I'll just go to the gym, I'll just prepare everything in advance, and I'll just go to the gym. And if I don't feel like going to don't feel like working out, I'll just come back. But I will go to the gym. When you do that, when you make a promise to yourself that you're just going to show up, and if you feel like carrying on the activity after that, it's completely up to your choice. If you don't feel like carrying out the activity, it's fine. But when you make this kind of a pact with yourself that you're only going to show up, your brain just suddenly opens the gate just for you. Suddenly is like, you've already come to the gym, bro, let's just work out. Like, it's not that hard. Then you'll realize that working out was not actually the problem. The problem was just the thought in your head of going to the gym. Because you must have heard this. Showing up is basically, when you show up for a particular task, you've already like won 50% of the battle. Right? So in my opinion, it's 100% of the battle that you've just won. If you just show up. If you just reach the doorstep of the gym, you've already that's all you have to do. Don't even have to work out. Just go to the gym every single day and try not to work out. Like, purposefully try not to work out. I guarantee you won't be able to. Just make it a promise to yourself for the next 30 days if you're not consistent at the gym. For the next 30 days, I'm going to show up at the gym no matter what. I'm going to write my name in the register and I'm just going to show up in the gym.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And if I don't feel like working out, I'll just move around the gym, come back home. And I guarantee you will not be able to not work out most days. So this is another thing that I learned. Hopefully you found some value in that. So watching TV, watching Netflix, playing video games, watching porn, engaging in things that are not really valuable, like watching YouTube videos of Mr. Beast. This is no life for men like us. Right? Men like us that are on self-improvement, that understand the value of discipline and consistency and building good habits, breaking bad habits. Men like us, we cannot live like this, bro. You will never feel fulfilled if you keep living on like this, if you live like this already. This is what I call the half degenerate life. When you're not really doing the most hardcore degenerate stuff, maybe you're not really watching porn, maybe you're not really masturbating, maybe you're not doing all these bad habits. You don't smoke, you're not alcoholic. Like, you're kind to people, you're nice to people, you're not like complete degenerate, you're not like a complete goblin. But you're doing half the stuff wrong. You're not really doing the good stuff that you should be doing instead. So you're like half a degenerate. When you live like this, you're not really living up to your potential. And as a high value masculine man, bro, you won't be able to live like this. You cannot carry on your life like this, bro. Right? Because I have stayed in this position for such a long time, stuck in a rut time and time again, like for days, weeks, months, years, hoping that I would find something that will finally solve all my problems. That something never happened. I just had to do the hard work. It's just that I created a system that helped me, like that made hard work convenient for me. It wasn't easy. It's never going to be easy. It's supposed to be hard, and that's what's beautiful about it. Like, what would be the difference between us and women? Where will we put the huge amounts of testosterone to use if we don't want to do the hard work, if we don't want to be disciplined? Right? So being disciplined, doing the hard work when we don't feel like it, being consistent at the gym, going to the gym every single day, reading books, informing ourselves, becoming smarter, growing as a personality, as a family member, as a son, as a brother, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, growing every single day, becoming better with every single day. That is what keeps us alive. That is what gives us the fulfillment. Unless you live a life like this, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be satisfied. You're always going to feel guilty. You're always going to feel empty, like you're doing something wrong. Like you have so much potential. You feel like that. But you'll never ever be happy like this. So even though it's comfortable, I know you're not happy living like this. You don't want to. I know you want to change. The only way to do that is to follow my advice, bro. I don't want to sound cocky. Like, there's probably a lot of people that say the same stuff that I tell you, and they're probably just as right. But just pick one person that you listen to blindly, bro. Like, go listen to Hamza, go listen to Matna, go listen to Raf. Pick one person that you listen to blindly and then follow their advice. That's all you have to do, because they've already gotten results. I have already gotten results. I'm already living a disciplined life. If you just follow my advice, the stuff that I'm telling you, there's no reason why you're not going to become that person. I've written a free ebook that took me a couple of months to write. It's, in my opinion, everything that you need in order to become a high value man. It's completely free. You don't even have to give me your email. It's the top link in the description. It's under the free stuff session. If you've spent days, weeks, months, years of your life being stuck in a rut, being aware of the importance and the benefits and the good concepts of self-improvement, but not really being able to generate anything fruitful out of those concepts and habits, then I recommend you give that book a read. It's everything, in my opinion, that I know and that will help a man become a high value man. It's going to help you become more consistent, more disciplined, more fit, give you an aesthetic body, become more confident, build better good habits. So check it out. It's the first link in the description. Again, completely free, and you don't have to give me anything. Enjoy the rest of the video. The journey is almost every single time for you going to be immensely more valuable and fruitful and enjoyable than the destination itself. Whatever your goals are in any area of your life, maybe you want to become a more successful entrepreneur, maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you want to start your YouTube channel, grow it to be successful, maybe you want to just as simply be more productive during your day or build better habits, leave a bad habit, whatever your goal is, I guarantee it, the journey is always going to be more fruitful and more valuable than the destination. When you actually achieve your goal, it's going to feel immensely, incredibly empty, bro. Because suddenly you have the thing and you no longer enjoy the thing. My goal is to be able to help my generation of young men become the best versions of themselves. Not get stuck in a rut, not get confused and diverted into bad habits, drugs, criminal activities and porn and masturbation. Instead, learn good habits from me, become a high value man, become a contributing member of the society, achieve their dreams, make their parents proud, become proud of the person that they've created in themselves. That is my goal. And when I reach that goal, I understand this because I've done this with like smaller, more achieved, more goals that I've like achieved earlier on in my life. When I'm going to achieve that, I'm not really going to feel with that fulfilled. Instead, what I need to do is focus on growing my YouTube channel, not be obsessed with views and comments and likes. In terms of my end goal, I need to be more focused on helping individual people instead of being like, I want to help like 1 million people. When you focus on the process itself, firstly, you're going to achieve that goal way faster than most people, because you're not going to get distracted by things that are going to drain your energy and resources. And secondly, you're going to be laser focused, bro. That is as a result of not getting distracted, you're going to be laser focused. Your energy is going to be diverted toward just one thing, that is creating better videos, right? For me, it's going to be creating better videos. When I create better videos, I'm automatically, as a result, going to get more views, going to get more comments, going to get more subscribers. That's just going to happen, right? So what I primarily need to do is not grow my YouTube channel. That's the destination, that's the goal. It's also undefined very much. What I need to do is create YouTube videos, a lot of YouTube videos, and get just 1% better. Improve just one thing each video. That is what I plan on doing. It's exactly what I plan on doing. That's why even when I'm not getting enough views, my parents are getting frustrated. My father is getting frustrated for me that I'm not getting enough views, that I'm not reaching 1k subscribers for 2 weeks, and I'm fine with that. I'm honestly okay with that, because I understand that is going to be a tough and grueling process, and that's why I started this channel. As a high value man, it's my job and my duty as your sort of mentor that I display the traits that I'm shadowing towards you. So if I ask you to be patient, I'm going to be patient. If I ask you to be focused on the process instead of the results, I'm going to do exactly that, right? So the process or the acts that you do in order to achieve the goal is what's going to get you towards the goal. And if you want to keep that progress, if you want to keep that goal of yours, you better keep doing that particular action that got you there, right? A lot of people do that. A lot of hard-working people, you see that with boxers all the fucking time, right? Boxers train exceptionally hard. They train with utmost discipline, unbreakable discipline. They eat extremely clean. They work out every single day. They train for hours and hours and hours. And once they get some sort of success, they just get off of that discipline. They are certainly not as disciplined going to the gym. They're certainly not working as hard. They're certainly not sparring as hard. Certainly not. Their diet is all messed up. Certainly they're drinking a whole lot. They're doing drugs. So when you stop doing the process that got you there, the universe is like, this guy has lost all the respect for the gifts that we have given him, and it just strips you of all the gifts. That's why some actors just disappear after getting some success. That's why some boxers just disappear after getting a little bit of success. So if you want to keep the success that you're going to get, you better keep doing the process over and over again. Don't ever feel like you're above the process ever. I made this mistake only recently. Have I gone back to writing down all the affirmations. I've created a habit tracker that I'm consistently using every single day. I was still keeping habit trackers. I was just not very consistent with marking my habits on the habit tracker. Right now it's completely like every single day is completely marked, and I mark it every single day. I'm writing down affirmations. I'm reading my book every single day. I'm meditating. All these activities that got me to this point will get me to the next level. I just have to do them better. That is what you need to understand, bro. If number 6 is, if you find opportunities to sacrifice, work harder, be more disciplined, not procrastinate, those are the exact opportunities that will help you, that are going to make you more disciplined, that are going to solidify your habits even more, right? Think of a habit like a tree, like a seedling, right? The more you water it through sacrificing, through saying no to things that are not directly aligned to this habit, to this thing that you're building discipline around, to not procrastinating, that's like watering the plant every single time. And when you keep watering this plant, it's going to develop its root further and further, deeper and deeper into the ground. And the deeper its root grows, the stronger your habit gets, the harder it is to let go of that habit. Right now, my habit of going to the gym every single day, it's so solidified. You will probably not be able to relate to this, but there are days when I feel so sore that I don't want to go to the gym, where I decide that I'm not going to go to the gym. But when my alarm clock rings, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go to the gym. Doesn't matter. And I'll still go to the gym and I'll have the best workout ever. The opposite is also true. Whenever you procrastinate, whenever you get distracted doing things that are like not correctly aligned towards your goal or your habit that you're building, you are actually slowly pulling out the little herb of a seedling that is your habit, right? Its roots are not that strong, the habit, the tree, the plant itself is not that strong. So you're slowly pulling on it every single day. Whenever you're procrastinating, eventually you're just gonna uproot that tree before it's even like built into a tree. So it's not solidified, it's not strong. That's why you fail every single time. These are the small little things that add up, and these are the things that compound into deciding whether or not you build a habit or whether or not you fail towards building a habit. Those are the only two things that can happen, right? So for sure enough, fair enough, you're a high value man, you start doing some things, right? But without proper guidance, you lack the accountability that you need, and you find yourself going off track. This is when you need to identify what you're doing wrong. Sacrifices and working harder, being more disciplined, doing things that you don't want to do, and opportunities to not procrastinate, these are things that you need to be looking at opportunities instead of like instances where you can like slack off a bit. When you start looking at them like opportunities that are going to help you grow, you are actually going to grow. That is at least what I've found from my own experience. Number 7 is, you are not a night owl. If that is something that you believe, it's just a label that you've put upon yourself. No man is intrinsically an owl or a rooster, right? You can train yourself to be both. It is simply the fact that staying up is easier than waking up earlier. Because staying up is just like drinking a cup of coffee or just giving your brain stimulation, and it's going to stay up. But waking up early actually takes time and effort, and it is uncomfortable. That's why most men will not wake up early before everybody else, and that is also why most men will stay up late. Most, at least young men of our generation, stay up late, scroll on social media, watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix, binge watch Netflix. Because these things are easier, more comfortable. Staying up is comfortable, easier. When I was studying for my 10th board exam, staying up early was easier because I was on a mission. Like, that was the only source of dopamine that I was getting through studying. The only fruitful activity that I was doing, the only pleasurable activity that I was doing was studying, bro. So every single night I would chug a cup of coffee, that was the cue, and then I would study, that was the action, and then after I was done with the studying session, I was then go to sleep. So that created an entire habit loop. It consists of 3 perfect things: a trigger, an action, and a reward. So build good habits. Don't label yourself things just because you think it's cool or just because another person said it like once. You can train yourself to be anything that you want. You just have to want it bad enough. I'm building a community of high value men or men who want to become high value. If you think you're one of them, subscribe to my channel right now so my videos can find you more easily, and I can help you in your own self-improvement journey by videos just like this every Monday and Thursday. I'll see you in the next video.